Super important to consider the heat schedule in the city. So we don't recommend having your dog in the middle of the day when the sun is up. So try to walk them really early in the morning or late in the afternoon when the sun is setting. The dogs do have pads in their feet that protect them, but it's not, all weather. And so if you touch the pavement and it's really hot, especially puppies, because their feet are not yet very hardened, and so you'll sometimes see that they're like trying to just like not put their feet on the pavement. So those are important things to consider. And then absolutely never ever leave your dog in the car, even if you're running for a short to buy a bottle of water. Don't do it, because this heat is just extreme, and it will trigger something really, really dangerous in your dog. Also have water available, shade available. Some people will leave their dogs in their yard, but they don't consider that when the sun is up, there's areas or the majority of the yard may not get a good cool area. And so sometimes dogs will be in just a scorching heat with no shade, and those are dogs that will be at risk of having a heat stroke. Mostly you start seeing like panting, heavy panting, and the dogs get very injected. So their eyes get very red, their gums get very red. They start salivating a lot, they drool a lot. So dogs exchange temperature by their breath. And so, for example, dogs with flat faces that don't have a lot of surface, or when they get stressed, they just start snoring. So Frenchies, bulldogs, those dogs that don't have a big open airway, they just have difficulty exchanging air. So you have to be more careful with those dogs. And then it goes into a dog that just does not want to move. They try to seek shade or cool spaces. And people will make the mistake of, trying to force them. Either they take them out playing in a really hot day, and then they have to walk home, for example. And so that is when it reaches a very dangerous point. In the case of cats, it's mostly the stress related, when they just are not able to compensate well, so then they'll stop panting as well. Cats are a little bit wiser in the sense that they don't really want to please us as much, and they know, like, I'm hot, I'm just gonna stay here. So cats are a little smarter in that sense. Dogs will try to please their owner, and even if they're hot, they're like, I'm gonna go play basketball with you, and they will run after your bicycle and just do anything that the owner asks, even at their own health risk. So when we have those issues, we need to absolutely let the dog not force them to exercise, put them in a cool place. Ideally, you can wet them. Ice is not recommended, because sometimes people will ice them and then the ice will actually bring them to another extreme. So just make sure you cool them down. Sometimes fans are a good idea. And then absolutely, if you're concerned about your dog getting a heat stroke, go immediately to your veterinarian, because these are early signs, but what's going on inside the body is a lot more alarming. So things like cardiovascular compromise, lung compromise, and even something as severe as bleeding internally can be triggered by the heat. So super important, if you are in doubt that your dog is having a hard time with the heat, visit your veterinarian. It's better to be safe than sorry.